my name is Valerie. Today I have an especially special book for you that highlights lessons and also shows that no matter your age, gender, or race, you can do anything that you put your mind to.
Read with Val. Read on, have fun, and dream big.
And this book is very near to my heart. It is called On Air with Zoe Washington, who a lot of you might recognize from the first book called From the Desk of Zoe Washington. And I reviewed this book, the first book in the two-part sequence. And now I'm going to review On Air with Zoe Washington. And both of these books are by Janae Marks. And these two books are a realistic fiction series. For people who haven't seen my review on this book or haven't read this book, it is about Zoe Washington, a young teen who got a letter from her imprisoned from birth father. And he has been in jail for committing a crime, and he reaches out to Zoe, not for the first time, but the first time that Zoe has gotten the letter. And long story short, she finds out that he was accused for doing a crime, even though he didn't commit it. And she tries to get him out of jail, which she eventually does. And in On Air with Zoe Washington, Marcus, this guy, Zoe's biological father, has been freed, and they are both working at Aries Cakes, which is this bakery that sells cakes, and they're having a lot of quality time together to get to know each other better, because they lost the majority of Zoe's life due to him being in prison. Zoe is a very, very brilliant girl. She uses her voice and she uses her ideas to inspire others and make a change. And she has two best friends, Trevor and Maya. Trevor and Zoe live right next to each other, and so they've been friends growing up, and Maya has also been friends with Zoe for a long time. And Zoe recently found out that Trevor and Maya have been talking to each other outside of their group chat, and Zoe doesn't know about this because she is what connected Maya and Trevor in the first place. And when Trevor tells Zoe that he might be experiencing or having feelings for Maya more than friends, Zoe starts to feel a little worried, because if Trevor and Maya like each other and if they start dating, then it's just going to change the course of her entire threesome friendship with them. And she does not want that to happen. She has that on her mind. And also, when Marcus expresses his passion and his dream to open their own restaurant, Zoe can't let the dream go away. And once the dream or the idea settles into her mind, she can't get over it, and she's obsessed with this idea of starting a restaurant with Marcus. Because Zoe loves doing desserts and baking, and Marcus is a great cook. So together they'd be the ultimate duo. To do this, however, is definitely easier said than done, because Zoe just wants to jump right into it, but she finds out it's not that easy. They have to raise a lot of capital to start this restaurant. And their goal is $30,000, and they have a deadline on Kickstarter. She promotes her Kickstarter campaign through her friends and family, word of mouth, but also she starts a podcast where she interviews externalities, people who went to prison but didn't commit the crime and got released from prison, and their stories and how they got to where they are today, and their struggles that they might still be having today with society. And that is why it's called On Air with Zoe Washington, because that is the name of Zoe's podcast. And it's really amazing that she's doing all this work and really impacting and inspiring a lot of people. I really enjoy this book because it's very compelling to young girls, because Zoe's making a lot of change in her community, and she is really impacting a lot of people, and hearing the story makes me really inspired, and definitely for sure is gonna make a lot of other young girls or just young people inspired. And she shows that no matter her age, she's only a teenager, and a lot of people assume they're ageist, which I only recently found out that ageism was a thing. But many people are ageist towards Zoe because she's young, and young people can't lead and start their own things. But slowly that perspective is changing, and Zoe fights in an argument that young people are just as powerful and just have amazing ideas as anyone else. And she also doesn't let her gender or race stop her from doing what she really loves, which I personally really enjoy reading about. Some of the lessons that were brought up in this book, like I was talking about, not letting anything stop you from doing your dream. If you have an idea, go for it, because what's really important, I guess, is to share your thoughts and your experiences with other people, because then they can relate, and then you won't feel so lonely. And so just jump right into it. And honestly, sometimes being naive or having little information is actually to your advantage, because instead of using money or other things inspire you, you can use your passion and your own love for the business to propel you and motivate you. Be kind to others. And Zoe is a great example of this, because she's kind to all her friends and kind to people that look up to her as well. Because some people that have heard her podcast have been really inspired and have reached out to her, and she's been really kind to those people, as you will read. So I hope everyone enjoys this book. Definitely, if you get the chance to, first read this book, because then you're going to learn a lot about the backstory and how the journey actually started. And so definitely read this book first, and then read On Air with Zoe Washington. And I would like to thank Harper Collins for bringing me this book, and I really enjoyed it. It's an extraordinary book, and so I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Remember to read on, have fun, and dream big. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!